Hello, scholars. Today is November 11th, the day we celebrate Veterans Day in our country. The day November 11th commemorates the armistice, or end of fighting, in World War I. Fighting that stopped at 11 o'clock a.m. on November 11th, 1918, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The first Armistice Day was celebrated in 1919 by order of President Woodrow Wilson, and in 1938, this day became a national holiday. In 1954, the name of the holiday was changed from Armistice Day, commemorating the end of fighting in World War I, to Veterans Day, to honor not just those who served in the First World War, but in World War II and the Korean conflict as well. Since 1954, Veterans Day honors all those who have served in the armed forces, both in peace and in conflict. I love this day because it celebrates the virtue of patriotism, pride in one's homeland, and this incredible act of kindness that these military men and women perform with their lives. Let's listen now to our 8th graders, Nadia and Tommy, who will tell us more about patriotism.
What does patriotism mean to me? G.K. Chesterton, an author, critic, and theologian, once acknowledged, "The true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him." This statement portrays idealistic patriotism in America. In my perspective, patriotism is the loyalty to one's country through honoring those in the armed forces who have sacrificed their welfare and life for their country, and by displaying pride in the values their country supports. In the United States, patriotism portrays one's devotion to their country by appreciating the sacrifices our military has made for the well-being of the American people. Unfortunately, around 1.1 million U.S. Armed Forces members were killed in all of America's wars. As a result of their tremendous sacrifices, American citizens celebrate the national holidays of Veterans Day and Memorial Day, the days in which we recognize those who have risked and given their lives for liberty and freedom. Succinctly, if we, the citizens of America, recognize the men and women who have jeopardized their lives for the preservation of our country, then this exhibits patriotism, our devotion to our country. Patriotism once more demonstrates one's loyalty to their nation by taking pride in the beliefs that their country upholds. For instance, at numerous schools and sporting events, individuals are encouraged to recite the Pledge of Allegiance or national anthem. Moreover, many realize that we subliminally discern the ideals that America promotes. Furthermore, a multitude of citizens acknowledge America as a melting pot due to our vast diversity, with persons from various racial and ethnic backgrounds. Interestingly, if individuals can apprehend the values their country advocates, then this illustrates the meaning of patriotism, the dedication and faithfulness to one's land. Taking into account the definition of patriotism, we can recall that a majority of citizens commemorate the courageous men and women that consist of our valiant veterans and active military, as well as our capability as Americans to coexist despite the differences in our religious beliefs, skin color, gender, and race. Ultimately, I have no uncertainty that patriotism is cognate to an individual's allegiance to their country through appreciating the members of the armed forces who have risked their well-being to protect their nation and by considerately perceiving the morals of our country.
What patriotism means to me. I only regret that I had but one life to give for my country, declared American spy Nathan Hale during the Revolutionary War. True patriotism means that you are willing to serve for your country's citizens and also other countries' citizens. In fact, American soldiers and veterans risked their lives in war and sacrificed time with family while trying to patriotically protect others. While true patriotism means that you are willing to sacrifice yourself for your own country, overall 1.3 million American citizens are enlisted in the military in the present day. In 1964 through 1975, about 3,403,000 American soldiers were on active duty in the Vietnam War, and 47,434 soldiers died in the battles. Moreover, in the Korean Wars during 1950 through 1953, 1,489,000 veterans served and 33,739 gave their lives in the battle. To sum things up, These veterans gave their lives to protect their country they loved from getting attacked. Furthermore, having patriotism doesn't mean you just fight for your country, but you fight for any country in need of assistance. In World War I, nearly 70,000 British citizens died from German air raids, and 4,734,991 American soldiers served to stop Germany's merciless attacks. Additionally, in World War II, nearly 6 million Jews were killed from Germany, and 16,112,566 Americans fought with valor to stop the massacre Hitler started. In short, the American soldiers in these wars not only fought for their country's citizens, but the other country's citizens as well. Ultimately, to have patriotism means that you are willing to sacrifice yourself for not only your country, but every country in need of aid. Veterans are people who gave their lives in battle for the country they love. Americans need to care and respect the veterans who are willing to give their lives for their country and their people.
Thank you, Nadia and Tommy, and thank you to the STS Virtual Choir for your excellent words in verse and in song. Today on Veterans Day, we honor those who have served in the United States Armed Forces, in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard. I love this day because of the pride I have in my own family. My father, who served in the United States Army, my brother, who served in the Navy, my cousin, also a graduate of St. Teresa's School, who is currently active duty in the Air Force, and his brother, also a graduate of St. Teresa's School, who is a pilot in the Marine Corps. All servicemen have pride in their country, but also pride in their own branch of service. Let's hear about this now from our choir. Thank you, choir. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our special speaker today, St. Teresa School graduate, STS parent, and veteran, Mr. Alex Witt. Mr. Witt served in the United States Navy from 2001 to 2005. He served active duty in Iraq in 2003 and 2004. In the military, Mr. Witt served as Master at Arms, a form of private security in the Navy. Mr. Witt brings with him a friend and fellow sailor, Mr. Brock Schiffer. It is with great pride that I introduce to you STS alum and our keynote speaker this year, Mr. Alex Witt.
Hi, St. Teresa family. My name is Alex Witt. I am a U.S. Navy veteran, an Iraq War veteran, and Alana Witt and Mason Witt's dad. Hi, Alana. Hi, Mason.
Hi, St. Teresa. I'm Brock Schiffer. I'm also a U.S. Navy veteran, and I am Alana and Mason's godfather.
So today is Veterans Day. What does that mean? You don't get a day off of school, right? Did you get a day off of school today? Did they get a day off of school?
No, we didn't get a day off for school.
We didn't get a day off.
I think they do now. I don't know.
So veterans, if you think about it, anyone that look around, it doesn't have to be someone that you recognize for being a soldier, an airman, a sailor, a pilot, right? It doesn't have to be anything like that.
Veterans are people who at one time signed a contract to put their life on the line for this country.
Exactly. And what does that mean? That means that these people, young men, sometimes just like old, if you have any of you guys have older brothers or sisters, 18-year-olds, a long time ago, some kids were even as young as 15 and 16 going into war because they believed in what our country stood for and the values that we hold to it.
Veterans don't hold on to politics. We hold on to the red, white, and the blue. We are here to work for our country, defend our country in any way we can. And once you've served as a veteran in active duty, it follows you the rest of your life. It's a thing of pride and honor. That's it.
That's exactly it. And what can you do today to help a veteran or honor those who've served? You're in first grade, you're in 8th grade, you're in 5th grade, 4th grade, my daughter, first grade, Mason, right?
You can go to a VA hospital. I've spent enough time there myself to know it's greatly appreciated. Just a visit, just some cards, make some cards and send them to the veterans who are in the hospital. I promise you that it's greatly appreciated.
What else you can do is be good to your teachers. Do your homework.
Not like us.
Yeah, don't be like us, right? Finish school. Finish school. You honor veterans by doing your part for the country, which is making your community better. Things like eating right, saying nice things to your family, taking care of your friends, listening to your teachers, getting a good education. That's important to honor our veterans and showing that their sacrifice is not lost.
Yeah, caring for your community is contagious. You spread the love, it goes to the next person and the next person. But honoring your veterans is a big deal, and we really appreciate any that you guys do.
That's it. So I know you don't believe this, but one day, let's see, oh my goodness, 25 years ago, 26 years ago, I was in your classroom in someone's seat that you're sitting in right now, in that class. Not a detention class, probably a detention class, but you guys go to the absolute best school and have the best teachers. And you may not realize it right now, but I promise you, you do. They care, and if you listen, you can do some great things someday. So if you want to honor veterans, do the right thing, have some integrity, take care of each other.
Enough said.
Enough said. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you. Alana, Mason, behave yourself. If you guys see Alana and Mason in your classroom right now, make sure you say hi.
There's no way Mason's behaving himself.
No way Mason's behaving himself. But we love you, Alana. We love you, Mason.
Love you guys.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Witt. It is very interesting that the way you refer to being in the military is to use the word serve. Mr. Witt served. Thank you for your service to our country. The Navy is a branch of the service. Did you know that? Those who choose to be in the military, the veterans we honor each year, and those on active duty, like Ms. R's daughter, have made the choice to serve us. people they don't even know, and to serve their country. And they choose this service because they love an ideal. These men and women who have served in our armed forces put everything on the line so that the dream of liberty and justice for all, like we say in the pledge every morning, can be a reality in our nation. One of my favorite authors, G.K. Chesterton, once said, "The true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him." The soldier, the sailor, the airman, the marine, the guardsman are willing to put everything aside in order for there to be liberty and justice for you, for me, and for all. What can we do to properly honor these men and women today? What can we do to honor those who have given their lives for us in their military service? The answer is simple. We can imitate them. In the future, by perhaps serving ourselves. But right here and right now, by living the ideal, being part of the process of making our national desire a reality, that everyone we know, everyone we have contact with experiences true liberty and justice from us. That everyone we meet, we see as a brother. Everyone we encounter has the benefit of our love and our concern. Just like these men and women, the soldiers, the sailors, the airmen, the marines, the guardsmen, put everything aside in order for there to be liberty and justice for you, for me, and for all. And now, as we bring our celebration of Veterans Day to a close, we honor our veterans with the traditional playing of taps, performed for you by Mr. Slater. Please stand. Stand tall and straight. Stand proudly. To honor the men and women who have served us so well.